One thing or one part of our memory is our working memory. So this has to do with how we're actually storing information to be able to process that information and do something with it. So you listening to me is actually testing your working memory, right? You have to keep in mind what I'm saying, maybe reading the slides, writing down some notes, for example. All of those things are tapping into that working memory, our ability to process and store that information, but also attend to it and do something with it. And this relies on that prefrontal cortex. So in the front of my brain, my prefrontal cortex, this is something that continues to myelinate. So it continues to speed up that processing over time. And this happens even past adolescence. So it's the very last thing to really myelinate in your brain. And so this also means that our working memory capacities are changing as we grow up. And our ability to actually use working memory to solve problems, to think through things, really starts increasing over time. Just to show you what this might mean, so this is showing you, unfortunately I couldn't find a myelination picture, but this is changes in our gray matter. So really looking at how gray matter changes over time. So our dendrites and our glia, for example. Our dendrites actually start reaching out and growing, and you start seeing that at 5 years of age. You see a whole lot of this, right? So it's the pinker it is, the more that you see this. However, over time you start to see that process of pruning. So you start to prune away those things so that eventually your gray matter is actually a lot less. We also know that this occurs also with myelination, but this was a pretty picture that I found that was really talking about that, how our brain changes over time and how we actually see a decrease in gray matter. So we start to see pruning, and the last things to really start pruning are in the prefrontal cortex, so in that front area.